Hello everyone. Before the release of the DJI Osmo Action 6, many people were expecting features such as wireless 3K 60 frames per second and autofocus. While DJI did not include these in the Action 6, what has actually changed compared to the previous generation, the Action 5 Pro? And is it worth upgrading if you already own an action camera? DJI's clever approach this time might surprise you. First, let's talk about the main changes. A freely croppable square sensor, a variable aperture, macro shooting, film-style color profiles, and dual-direction quick-release mounts. All of these bring significant improvements to the user experience because these changes are actually what users need the most. The biggest upgrade this time is the square 1-to-1, nearly 1-inch sensor and the variable aperture from f2 to f4. These upgrades break through many of the shooting limitations of traditional action cameras. Combined with newly released accessories, they also enable much more creative ways to use the camera. Because the sensor size has changed, the lens and body dimensions are slightly larger. DJI also added a more precise 4-axis sensor. However, the body thickness and the sizes of the front and rear screens remain the same as the previous generation. The quick release mount has now been redesigned as a dual-direction magnetic mount. The positions of the power button and function button haven't changed much. The battery is also compatible with the previous generation and still has a 1,950 mAh capacity. With the previous Action 5 Pro and its 4:3 sensor, if you recorded video horizontally, you had to crop the image later to create a vertical video. This resulted in a loss of image quality and a reduced field of view. Therefore, you had to decide in advance whether to shoot horizontally or vertically. For vertical shooting with the Action 5 Pro, you also needed to install an additional mounting frame. Some smartphones, like the iPhone 11 Pro series, also use square sensors for the front camera, allowing horizontal and vertical shooting, but you still have to choose before recording. You cannot directly record in a 1-to-1 square format, which limits flexibility during editing. DJI's custom square sensor completely removes these limitations. You can directly record in a 1-to-1 format with a resolution of 3,840 by 3,840. After cropping horizontally or vertically, you still get lossless 4K video quality. There is no longer a need to rotate or reinstall the camera. This design fundamentally changes how action cameras are used. No matter which platform you upload your videos to, you only need to record once and then crop the video to any format you want. Even circular formats are possible. Perhaps DJI's next generation of drones will also use square sensors. We can definitely look forward to that. Action cameras traditionally suffer from noise in low-light scenes due to their small sensors. This is normal, although different manufacturers optimize it differently. This time, DJI upgraded the sensor to nearly 1 inch, and the aperture was improved from f2.8 to f2.0, allowing much more light to enter. This significantly improves performance in low-light environments. The f2 to f4 aperture is continuously adjustable. In night mode, you can manually choose between f2, f2.8, or f4. In automatic mode, the camera automatically adjusts the aperture depending on lighting and scene conditions to balance image quality and shutter speed. When comparing night scenes between the Action 5 Pro and the Action 6, the new sensor and larger aperture provide a noticeable improvement. Bright areas retain more detail, white balance is more accurate, and overall color reproduction is just better. In bright daytime conditions, the Action 5 Pro already performs very well, but the new Action 6 also improves dynamic range, preserving more detail in both highlights and shadows. In bright environments, it can automatically switch to f4, producing more natural colors that are closer to what the human eye actually sees. Traditional fixed aperture action cameras are pan-focus cameras, meaning everything from the nearest focus distance to infinity remains sharp. This physical characteristic cannot be changed with a fixed aperture. However, DJI's variable aperture design solves the limitation of minimum focusing distance. Previously, the Action 5 Pro with a fixed f2.8 aperture had a minimum focus distance of 35 centimeters. With the aperture set to f4, the new model reduces this to 20 centimeters, making close-up shooting much easier. But what if 20 centimeters is still not close enough? Can you shoot even closer? Yes. The lens can transform into a macro configuration, reducing the minimum focusing distance to just 11 centimeters. That's right, an action camera can now shoot macro photography,